born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good afternoon, or excuse me, good morning, everyone. It's afternoon where I'm at. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is so good to have you join me this Tuesday morning, May 21st, 2024. It is 6:30 in the morning, and I am going to see if we can find us a trade together. I'm going to, since it's a little noisy where I'm at, I'm going to put my headphones on so I can won't hear or be as distracted.
And can you hear me with these on? If somebody could just in the chat put yes, so that I know that you can hear me, that'd be terrific. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm going to assume that you can hear me, and we're going to proceed, even though I'm not getting any chat. Let me just try one more thing.
Hey, I'm going to switch over to these headphones. I know without the headphone in, you can hear me. Can you hear me when I plug this in?
Hello. All right. Well, our goal here at Forex Smart Trade is to help you become a successful and profitable currency trader, and we do that by teaching you how to trade with our simple but highly predictive indicators. We've got a dozen different trade strategies, and actually probably even more than a dozen now, where the indicators are very good at predicting what's going to happen. And I'm going to show you the one that I trade with. Now, I'm going to take 30 minutes to kind of walk through the scenarios, but the reality is you can do this in 5 minutes once you know what you're looking for. But as we're using this as an instruction period, I'm going to go a little bit slower and tell you what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking, so that you can see the kind of the nuances of what I'm looking at. Now, these sessions are all recorded. You can go to the forexsmarttrade.com YouTube channel and watch any of them, or they're also available through the StreamYard. So with that, let's get going. We need to listen to this guy first. And I'm going to unplug this because you won't hear it.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. One of the great things about the program is we've got multiple methods of communicating the curriculum. We've got recorded videos, we've got webinars, we've got these live trade sessions where an experienced trader like me comes on and kind of walks you through their thought process, so that by watching what we're doing, you can copy it and then do it yourself. And then the personalized one-on-one training, which by far is the most efficient and effective way to learn anything. Yes, you can go on YouTube. Yes, you can go buy a book. But on YouTube, the problem there is there's no screening of it. You don't know what's good, what's bad. There's information out there, but trying to figure out what the good information is from the bad information takes a lot of time, and it's very hard to do. So with that, I do 3 live sessions a week. Last night we did one, this morning at 6:30, Thursday morning at 6:30, and then every afternoon around 4:15 I send out the overnight trade. On Wednesday evenings there's also a trade with Sean. When you become a member, we have live sessions every morning at 10 a.m. live trade sessions. We have trade sessions in the afternoon at 10 p.m. and then 6 p.m. and then we've got numerous training sessions. So even though the curriculum training is 17 weeks, when you work with us, we're working with you for a full year, and we're so confident in how well things go that we'll let you trade with our money once you've been trained. Now I will. I work off of a checklist. Checklist helps keep me focused. I like to restart the green charts every morning. I find that it clears out the memory, lets it operate a little faster, and also picks up any updates. An essential habit every day is to review the trades that didn't go the way you wanted. On last night's trade, we didn't find a good trade setup, but on our overnight trade, we took 2 trades. We took a buy and a sell on we took a buy on the pound yen that closed kind of right away, and on the Euro USD, and in my live account this trade is still open, but on this demo account I closed it out. When the trade became profitable on the Euro USD, and right now it's out of the money, when the trade became profitable, I pulled up my stop loss. I looked at the signal. The signal was mildly down, but could have gone up. So I pulled up the stop loss to the entry point, so that when it pulled back, it would just take me out. So you might have been sleeping. Now, when I do that, most of you probably still have that trade open. So let's take a look at it. The signal was okay. The signal was what it was supposed to be. The question is, how do we correct it now? So if we go back to the Euro USD, I like to take a look at where the chart is before I take a correction. And right now we're overbought. Everybody's going down on the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray is the minor indicator. 2 orange lines are going down. Dotted blue is going up. So I got three of these. I don't have the pressure. I would keep this open. I would keep this open in the idea that it is going to come back. When it does get to the entry point, once it goes a little bit past that entry, once it gets to the entry point, I would take a look at it again. If the signal is still strong, I keep it open. If it's not, I would just close it. Because we expected this trade to close between 9 and 3 a.m. Around midnight. As I said, I happen to be up because I'm in Europe, but it was positive. I pulled the stop loss up, and now it's closed out. But the 2-hour chart's also going down, or the green line's going down. We get the green line going down on the day chart. So I would hold tight on this, given that we've got this setup, and these lines are about to cross. This is about to become a good setup. On the pressure, we've got up pressure with green on top. When that red line crosses over, that becomes a signal we could trade off of. So I would keep that open for now. On my live account, I hedged it, so I've got an open buy trade against it. So I've kind of locked in my loss at like 8 pips, but I think we'll get the down move, and then it's going to keep going back. Well, I think we're going to get the down move, so let's just wait there. We are technical traders, so we are trading based on the price action. So that's what that means, is we're trading based on what the charts are showing us. But news does impact currency prices, and we want to know what that news is so that we can trade around it. And the best place to get that news, or the place I like to get that news, is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories: yellow, low impact; orange, medium impact. I ignore the yellows. I ignore the oranges. Some people pay attention to these, and it's the red guys I want to trade around. And right now, we do not have any news until this afternoon on the Canadian dollar. Any trade that we're going to take now is going to be completed within 1 to 3 hours. So we're not going to come close to hitting this time frame. I usually like to stay out of a trade 2 hours before this time. So even if we're at 3 hours, that puts us at 7 to 10. We should be out of any trade we're into by 10. So we've got a clean slate. The trade I am going to show you is the 10-point trade. Now we've got, as I said, a dozen different signals, and based on your availability and your risk preferences, we're going to create a trade plan specifically for you. But this is the one that suits me. I like to take it off of a 1-hour chart, but you can take it off of any time frame, 30 minutes and up. I like to be about halfway into the chart to have the signals going. A trade off of this signal is going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot's 11 pips. If I'm not going to get at least 11 pips, 10, 11 pips out of it, I'm not taking the trade. Not worth my time or the risk involved. And I'm expecting it to close within 1 to 3 hours. And basically what we're trying to do is each of the 3 sections of the chart are measuring something different. And if I get all 3 sections of those charts to agree, I've got a good trade, or a high probability trade. So that's what I'm looking for. I am not as interested in, picking the specific entry point as I am about getting the direction of the trade. If I can get the direction of the trade, I can carve out the 11 pips that I want. So with that, let's go in and take a look and see what we've got this morning. The chart we're going to trade off is the light 6 major. It's one of the standard charts. It is a composite chart in that it's showing me 6 different currency pairs. They are all US based on this first chart, and I am going to start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. As I said before, the red and green line is the major indicator. This black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. When the market is overbought, that is a good time to sell. And specifically, I am looking for situations where the lines are above the blue line and all pointing down. Here, they're not all pointing down. The minors are pointing down, the green line on the major is pointing down, but the red line isn't. So we're going to pass. Euro USD. Overbought, everybody's pointing down, and I have the third element, which is what I call a double cross, where the red line's crossed over the green and the black line's crossed over the gray. See here, we didn't quite have the double cross. So 3 points. I also like the steepness on the green line. It's greater than 45 degrees. I like that the green line has entered the channel. That's a plus. And I like that the lines are clustered. So lots of pluses here. When I jump up to the TNTs, thick orange is going down, supporting the sell signal. Thin orange is going down, supporting the sell signal. Dotted blue is going up. Dotted blue is reverse. So when blue is going up, that means sell. So dotted blue going up means sell. So 3 of the 4 are telling me sell. I want at least 3 of the 4 telling me sell. So I passed the second test. And the third test is the pressure. I want these lines either going down or the red line on top. And the red line hasn't crossed yet. It's getting very close to crossing. And probably in the next little bit it will cross. So this isn't quite right yet. It's enough that I like this to stay in the trade that we're in from last night, but not enough to take a new trade yet. Pound USD, overbought. Minors are going down, majors are sideways. What makes it sideways? Green's going down, red's going up. So we don't have it there. Here we've got this agreement, US dollar, Canadian dollar. Majors are going down, minors are going up, so I don't have agreement. Dollar, Swiss franc. Oversold, everybody's going up. Double cross, green's on top, gray's on top. Steepness of the lines at 45 degrees. Green line's entering the channel, so a couple pluses. Thin orange going down, thick orange going up. So only one of the two. Dotted blue going up, telling me buy. Going up, telling me sell. Thick blue going down, telling me buy. So only 2 of the blues. So 2 of the blues, 2 of the oranges, and we have 2 of the 4, not enough. I'm going to pass. Dollar yen. Oversold, everybody's going up. I've got the double cross, green and gray on top. I've got good steepness in the green line. Green line's entered the channel. It's less than halfway. Usually I won't take a trade if the green line's gone more than halfway. So nice 3 points here. All the lines clustered. When the lines are clustered, it's a little stronger. Thin orange going down, so disagreeing. Thick orange going up, so one of the 2. Thick blue going down, agreeing with the buy. Thin orange, dotted blue going up. So I'm going to get 2 of the 4 here, so I don't have them all. I like this signal, though. I like this signal, but we're not there on the TNTs. Again, if I get all 3 parts of the chart to agree, I've got a high probability trade. And I only need a couple trades a day to make good money. So you need to be patient and wait for what it is you're looking for to show up. And it will show up. And even if it doesn't for one day, you're much better off not taking a trade, not losing money than you are and taking a low probability trade. Euro pound, overbought. Everybody's going down, double cross. Like is the kink in the line here where we're going from more steep to less steep. This tells me it's kind of running out of gas. So even though I got 3 points here and the slope on the line is just at 45 degrees, 2 orange lines going down, 2 blue lines going up. So I've got all 4 here. I've got up pressure though, up pressure. Weak up pressure. What makes it weak is the slope of the lines and the gap between the lines. I need either the lines to be going down or the red line to be on top, and I don't have either of those. So we're going to pass. Australian dollar, yen, overbought, major still going up. Euro, Canadian dollar, overbought, everybody's going down, double cross, so nice 3 points here. 2 orange lines going down, supporting the sell signal I see here. Dotted blue going up, supporting the sell signal, so 3 of the 4 here. Up pressure with red on top, up pressure with red on top. So Euro, Canadian dollar, we've got all the elements that I'm looking for. 1 point here, 3 points here, and 3 points here for 7 points. When I see the setup, I want to confirm the setup. And when I confirm the setup, I want to look at the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So Euro Canadian. And what I want on the Euro Canadian is on the 2 hour, I want to be overbought also. Lines don't have to be going down. I just want to be overbought. The reason I want to be overbought is if this signal weakens and I'm overbought here, it'll eventually go down. It'll just take longer to happen. So I won't lose money. It'll just take longer for me to cash out. And on the 4 hour, we're also overbought. So we've got, I don't need the lines going down. If they're going up, that's okay. So overbought. So I've got my confirmation. So once I have my confirmation, I want to figure out what the trade is worth. And to figure out what the trade is worth, I'm going to open up a clean chart. So a clean chart is a chart with just the candles on it. And Euro Canadian. And I'm going to drop some support and resistance in. Support and resistance are spots where the lines seem to naturally stop. And they're going to become the boundaries of which I trade within. Oh, come on. So you can see it's kind of stopped in here, stopped over here. When I crunch up this chart, it gives me more data spots. And on a 1 hour chart, these tend to be about 30, 40 pips apart. So we're at 47, that's 47.90 to 48.19. So that's about 20 pips there. So let's just see if this line is a good spot. All right, so we stopped right in here, we stopped in here, stopping in here, stopping in here. And then the question is, what's the trend? So I'm going to trade within these 2 spots. This is my upper limit, this is my lower limit. And I want to know how much room I've got from each spot. So going down, I've got, you can see up on the top left, 25 pips down and 6 pips up. 25 pips down, 6 pips up. Now, we were trading into an uptrend back here. And then we're kind of sideways. And I want to know what the trend is because if I'm trading against the trend, I'm going to take less pips than if I'm trading with the trend. because I don't want to get stuck. You know, if the trend is up and I take a sell trade, you can make some money on that. But all of a sudden, if it keeps running up and you've got a sell trade, you're going to get stopped out. So I'll take a little bit on the down move, but I don't want to get caught holding it. So here we're sideways, but we had an uptrend beforehand. So I'm going to presume this is an uptrend. Now I'm going to pull this open again so we can see it just a little bit better. And let me just drop one more line in here. I'm going to make this a different color. So since I am trading against the trend, I'm not going to take that full 25, but I may take, come on, $11. All right, let's take a look at the signal one more time before we decide what we want to do here. We're going to go ahead and take the other piece of information is we do have some news on the Canadian dollar coming out at 2, as I recall. So I don't want to be holding this if it extends. So we're going to go ahead and take an 11 pip sell on the Euro Canadian dollar. So you can do that in your simulator, or if you're using MetaTrader 4, I've got to open up the a new chart because I don't have that chart open. So I go to File, New Chart, and I'm guessing it's going to be in this third box here. And it was, oops, that was the wrong one. File, New Chart, Euro Canadian dollar. Euro. Right here. I'm going to change this. I don't like this kind of chart. I'm going to change it to the one that I'm used to looking at, which has got the candles. I am going to go to New Order. Actually, one more thing before we go to New Order. I want to make it so that I'm looking at the, okay, so it is a 1 hour chart. New Order. My lot size is a function of how much I have in the account. I'm going to move the decimal place over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.23. I can take anywhere from half of 1.23 to double it. I am just going to take the 1.23. And I'm going to click Market Sell. So that's my lot size. It records it. I'm going to right click. And we're going to go with 11 pips. 11 pips is 110 points. I add an extra 0. And we're going to go with a 3-to-1, which is a 33 pip stop loss. Add an extra 0. If I click on the little red button, it does the math. I click on the little blue button, it's going to do the math. And then I am going to click Modify. And it's going to drop everything in, and I like to make sure I can see everything. Because it hasn't traded up here, we could use a tighter stop loss if you wanted. Uh, and I want to just take a look back on our other chart here real quick for 1 second. Let me just take a look at one more thing. Yeah, so we're touching these candles. Okay. All right, so we took a sell on the euro Canadian dollar with a take profit of for 11 pips with a take profit of 1.48008, 1.48008, and a stop loss of 1.48448. 1.48448, and I expect this to close within the next 3 hours. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to learn to trade, my recommendation, if you want to learn anything, find somebody who's good at it and get them to teach you. That's what we do, and we're so confident we'll let you trade our money. We've got, if now, I guess you can't see this, but I wrote down this trade before we got on, and it took me, I looked at it 3 minutes before we came on. So you can do this very quickly. We also have the tools that make it so that you can set it up so that you don't have to sit in front of the computer. Once you've got like your trade strategy down and you know it, and you're comfortable and you're confident that it works, where it will send you out a reminder, hey, there's this trade there, go take a look at it and take it, so that you don't have to sit in front of the computer. So we make it easy, we make it profitable. So if you've got any questions, please schedule some time with me, and we'll see you this afternoon for the overnight trade. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.